Good evening and welcome to Isolation Station and to Barefoot Opera. We hope that you guys have had a lovely day, whether you've been doing back-to-back Zoom calls like me, or maybe you've been doing something really chilled out and some yoga and some meditation, or maybe you've been doing some Joe Wicks exercise classes. Whatever you've been up to, we hope that you're doing well. We've got a real treat in store for you tonight. Of course, lockdown's been tough for a lot of people and it's meant that things have had to change. But the amazing organisation Barefoot Opera have taken their project, Bloom Britannia, which is a project which has been 4 years in the making. It's an opera that's been run by the local community. With it's been crafted and curated by people from Hastings in East Sussex. Obviously, they've not been able to gather together and to sing and to do the performances that they had planned. And so the incredible local filmmaker, Janet Hodgson, has made a short film with the group. And I'm going to welcome Janet to introduce the film which we're going to watch tonight. Hey, Janet, how are you doing?
Hi, Dan. Hi. Yes, I'd like to introduce my film. It's called It Takes a Town to Make an Opera. And it's a short film about Barefoot Opera's new people's opera and some of the people taking part in the project.
Okay, and without further ado, let's play the film now.
It's a bit like swimming in the sea, is that you get something from it, but you couldn't put your finger on exactly what it is. But that whole joy of being in a big group when you're singing is just amazing.
When I'm singing with other people, it sort of makes like cool harmonies, and I like all the different types of words and how like some of them are made up and that they just go really well together.
Polish the windows, you burnish the gutters. It's a powerful thing. Always after the session I come out sort of feeling uplifted and ready to carry on with life despite all the kind of horribleness that's going on at the moment.
Why dazzle me?
It's just a feeling of being really connected with other people when you sing with the group.
Cinnamon and toast and gummy powder tea. Cinnamon to toast and gummy powder tea. When I tell my friends about it, that I'm in this opera, they're like, oh, I don't like operas. They're like this lady singing on a stage, like, oh. But then I'm like, wait, no, it's just like a play and singing, like a musical.
So when Poppy started doing the Bloom Britannia stuff, she was 8. Now she's 11. So it's been 3 years already, and she's gone from being quite shy and not wanting to perform in front of people, like even friends and family, to performing all of the time. Just built her confidence no end.
The thing I really love about Bloom Britannia is it kind of defies people's expectations of what opera should be or is. They've been so inclusive with all other different genres of music. You could be 1 minute listening to somebody singing a jazz song, and then the next minute there's this amazing operatics happening, but you know, on a drunk hen night. It's kind of a big mix-up of all these different things, and it's for everybody.
I've never really listened to opera. Mostly it's sang in a foreign language that I don't understand. And I always thought that it was for the toffs and the posh people. But it's just opened my mind up to a different genre of music.
What I've really missed about singing with other people is just the power of the vibration of sound. You really feel it. You feel it in your whole body.
It's been amazing how much I've missed seeing those people and doing that singing. It releases you from your everyday worries or from any questions that you need to have in your mind. You have to just be in the moment of the music. You can bring things in with you, but by the time you leave, they've gone.
Because of COVID and the lockdown, it was so disappointing. However, it must have been quite strong in people's minds because everybody's kept with it. Everybody still wants to carry on doing it. I think it's got to happen. You know, it really must do.
Highlighters,
sweet dancer, why dazzle me?
The lovely thing about having an opera that's based here and people in the community are from here is that it will be, oh, my sister, my brother, oh, my granddad's in that.
I find singing with more than one person to be more exhilarating because it can be yourself around lots of other people.
It's a feeling of utter joy, uplifting, it's very uplifting. But also, I really like the challenge of it.
It's lovely seeing the young people growing out of it, growing in confidence themselves. I mean, the thing about having a lot of different age groups is that the age groups, appreciate each other a bit more.
The thing about singing is the enjoyment, the meeting people, the different goals that always sort of aim at the one thing. I just love doing it because it builds stuff in me, my confidence, my self-esteem.
It's not like what you think opera is. It's modern. It's cool. You can be in it. How about that?
Yeah, I will really look forward to singing again when we get back.
What I would say is this project is for everybody and it will bring something new to your life that you didn't know that you needed.
Unless you try it, you don't know. Like the Rolling Stones said, suck it and see.
Try it, it might be the thing you want to do in life.
Wow, fantastic. What a brilliant film, Janet. That was amazing. Well done. Oh, I love that.
Big team effort made with Red Kite. So thanks.
Joe and Red Kite. Oh, it's so lovely to see all of those faces again and such a diverse group of people singing their hearts away. So, Janet, opera, it's not for toffs, it's not for old people, like one of the contributors in the film was saying. Tell us about Bloom Britannia. Where did this project start and what's it all about?
Does Jenny want to answer that one?
All right, we both can, but I'll get going because Janet and I did work on this together. I had proposed a big choral piece for the big Root Festival. Was it 2015, Janet? Something like that. And seeing all those people together inspired me to want to make it a huge opera theater singing piece. I wanted to get everyone singing. That piece was only involving choirs, and we wanted more than choirs. We wanted everyone out there to discover the joy of singing in a piece like this, in a theater piece. So that's how it started. And Janet and I went to see Orlando Goff, and he recommended Stephen, and I brought in Polly Graham. These are all really fantastic professionals. And we had workshops, we had money from the Arts Council, we had workshops, we had explorations, we had music workshops, and people talked about their lives in Hastings and cook. It just kept cooking and was ready to go last year when wham, down came the pandemic. So that's a kind of a picture of the early stages. I mean, Rosie was there.
Hello. Yes, hello. Hi.
So I should have introduced you beforehand, Janet. So Jenny, is the director of Barefoot Opera and the director of Bloom Britannia. And we're also very lucky to be joined not just by Rosie, but Poppy as well, both of whom were in that film and both of whom are contributors and singers as part of Bloom Britannia. So Rosie, can you tell me what is Bloom Britannia for people that don't know about it? Is it an opera and what's different about Bloom Britannia?
Well, Bloom Britannia is a people's opera. I think it's mostly communities coming together to give ideas for what they would like you know, their experiences of living in a seaside town. And then what's so brilliant about it is that absolutely anybody can be a part of it, including us.
Cool. And and Poppy, we saw you there on a trampoline singing away. Have you? What was the filming like? Do you feel like a bit of a celebrity now that you've been filmed in the short film?
Definitely.
And what's so opera isn't something that I think that lots of children get involved in. What's your experience of being part of Bloom Britannia and being part of an opera?
It's actually not like classic opera. It's like you acting and singing like a musical, but not a musical.
That's a really interesting thing that you're saying there. So you're acting as well as singing. So you're taking on parts and roles and telling stories and all of those kinds of things. Is that how you feel about opera?
Yeah.
And what kinds of stories are in the songs that you've been singing? Can you think of one of the stories or one of the characters?
There's like people like going on like by their everyday life, like how the Sparlighter song is like how people like washing their windows, like that.
And the breakfast song.
Yeah, and the breakfast song.
Very good, cool. Janet and Jenny, it must be really lovely for you guys to see people like Rosie and Poppy taking part in a project like this and being introduced into a world of opera. How have you adapted with lockdown? You know, because I can see the film is one good example of that.
Should I take this, Janet?
Yeah, okay.
Well, basically, Janet's film is absolutely an example because the Arts Council, we were just poised to start, and Janet had done fantastic work, and our team had done wonderful work pulling people together and getting them to assemble for a big opening kind of party when down came lockdown. So the Arts Council gave us some emergency grant, and one of the things that happened was that Janet made this beautiful film. So, and in lockdown, we've been able to carry on with some voice workshops and some little concerts and various things to keep people connected and thinking about the future and hoping for the future instead of being despondent and giving up on it all.
Very good. Okay, and Janet, I keep confusing your names for some reason.
Very easy to do. Everyone working on the project, their names generally begin with J. So
is that the rule for opera? So this is for Janet because it's an amazing film that you made, and one of the things which I like really kind of struck me was the cross section and the diversity of the group of people. So can you tell us a little bit about the people who are in the film and how did you and who they are and how they're involved?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, exactly. We wanted to have a really good representation of the people that are taking part in Bloom Britannia, but also to show that anyone can take part in it from now. But it really is a very cross-generational project. So I wanted to make sure we had a really good spread of ages and people from all kinds of backgrounds. There are 3 people in the film who are professional musicians. The other people are not professional musicians, but they're really loving singing in Bloom Britannia. So there's a really, really good mix of people there. And we've also got, I realized today we had a mix of people. There's more than half the people are actually born in Hastings or St Leonards or Bexhill. So real, you know, born and bred Hastings and this area. And the other people, a lot of them have lived here very, very long time, and a few sort of more recent arrivals. So we wanted a real spread of people, and I think we've achieved that. So we have everyone from lovely Poppy, who's 11, and she's been involved with this project since she was 8, and her mum, Rosie, who's also lives in Bexhill and is very involved with the project. Even Poppy's granny is involved with the project. So I think it's really quite unusual to have an arts project which genuinely encompasses, you know, 3 generations of one family or several families. So I really like that side of the film, kind of bringing together a real range of people. So yeah, I can tell you a bit about some of the individuals if you like. So Justin, who's the young guy who appears towards the end, he's I think 19 this year, and he's born in Hastings, very much has become really interested in now performing as a kind of career choice for the future, sort of having been involved with this project. Lottie, who I think you brought up earlier, she was arranging the flowers, and she's again a long-term Hastings resident. She's involved with a small singing group called the Acapella Bellas, which is a local group to Hastings. But many people involved with the project don't sing at all, or have never sung at all, apart from a bit like me, sort of in the bath or wandering around with a dog or something. So I think that's what we really tried to show in the film, that this was music which could be part of people's lives in the same way that any music can be part of your life. It's not kind of strange music. It's not inaccessible. It's something that everybody can enjoy. And the particular pieces of music that we chose to have in the film, with the people singing them in their kind of everyday lives and situations, are really kind of catchy numbers from the opera, which everyone really likes singing. And I'm telling you that once you've heard them a few times, you can't get them out of your head. So that's kind of what we tried to show in the film, the sort of joy of the music, the fact that even though it's been kind of shut down for a whole year, the project is still very much alive in people's minds. And we wanted to use the film to kind of relaunch it, which is the whole point of what we're doing tonight. We're showing this film. We're quite excited because some of it's going to be on ITV, which is really exciting. And we're going to be launching the whole project for 2021 kind of from today. So anyone who's interested can go to the Barefoot Opera website and find out more and find out how to take part.
And there's the Barefoot Opera website, just in case you'd like to head over there now. It's also in the description. Thank you, Janet. Jenny, please tell us what's next for Bloom Britannia. What does 2020 hold? Sure.
We are heading, this is the vision that we hope will happen if we don't have a third pandemic, all right? So this is the plan, to come out of the tunnel and into the light. So in October, late October, we'll perform live in by then we'll be vaccinated and we'll be able to be together, joyously celebrating being together with this opera. It's kind of fantastic timing almost. And then, but here now, just after Easter, we're going to start with small, short bursts, but a lot of them, of Zoom online teaching, which we're going to make really fun and have a lot of different people from the cast helping to make it exciting and fun, and gradually move from Zoom to socially distanced rehearsals in a safe, large area, a local church. And by that, maybe, but perhaps by June. And then after our summer break, hopefully we're all in contact with each other and really hit the road running there.
That's fab. I mean, one of the things that I noticed in that film was just how positive everybody felt, that they were kind of exuding this joy from singing. And singing is an important and joyous activity. And it's something which I think that a lot of people have missed and lost. Poppy, I'm wondering, how do you feel when you sing with a group of people? How does it make you feel?
I feel like it makes me happier than when I'm singing alone.
Do you? Yes, I mean, would you recommend singing for other people that haven't done it before? Would you? What would your advice be to someone who's sitting at home thinking, "Oh, they look like they're having lots of fun, but I don't know if that's for me"? What would your advice be, Poppy?
You don't have to be good at singing. You don't have to have any experience with singing. It's really fun.
It's not about being the best. It's about taking part, right? And having fun. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, and on that note, Jenny and Janet, if there are people who are thinking about getting involved, what can they do? Is this open to everyone, or have you got your group now and that's who you're working with?
No, we want
the
merrier. I mean, a really wonderful problem would be to have 300 people sign up. That would be a little bit of a problem if we had that many, but it would be a really good problem. we'd rise to the challenge. Really, we don't want you to hold back and just go for it.
I mean, I'm super.
I just add a thing there. One of the so Pete, who came up with a lovely idea for the film, which was because one of the songs that Poppy was referring to, called Spirelighter, has a line in it about cleaning the windows. He desperately wanted to be cleaning the windows in his garden when we did the filming, because we had to find lots of innovative ways to show the music from the opera without people being together, because we weren't allowed to do that because of all the complications. So anyway, Pete was singing in the garden, and the point he made, which obviously we couldn't have everything everyone said in the film, was that because this project has had a lot of people involved right from the start, a kind of really core group, but lots of other people coming in and out, then there are sort of some old hands there. I shouldn't have used the word old, because they're not all old at all. But there are some people, some regulars, if you like, who kind of know a bit the ropes, and they can kind of help the newer people who might not know as much. There's no problem with being completely new to it. It's kind of almost from scratch, from Easter again, I'd say. I know it's not completely, but a lot of the opera, when we've sort of held other rehearsals and workshops, only I think a quarter of it was written. When those recordings we've got from earlier rehearsals, it was only a quarter of the opera. So most people will be learning it. So there's no reason why lots and lots of completely new people who just want to try something new can't get involved.
Okay, very good. One of the things which I was particularly interested about is the process of how you're working with people, because on one hand, you've got amazing teams of professional people, and then you've got local people from the community of a range of different backgrounds and experiences. How is the work and the songs produced? Where do those two groups meet in the middle, and how much input do the local community have? Are they sitting there writing lyrics and writing, or?
Oh no. That was all in the early stages then, that people contributed ideas and so on. Now we're all learning something that has been created and written. And we're learning it with, I think it'd be interesting to hear Rosie talk about how you worked on learning it, because Rosie, you don't read music per se, do you? Or
I mean, I've learnt many times, but I never remember. So getting involved in it started off as community workshops in different areas. I think Bexhill, Hastings, St Leonards, those kinds of areas, and we all sort of got involved with adding our own experiences to short songs in these workshops. And I think what happened is that was all taken away, and then Orlando and Stephen, they went off everyone's experiences to come up with this concept for this incredibly interesting and funny modern opera. It's not anything that I've ever seen or been involved in before, in that the story is so unique to living in a seaside town post-Brexit, that kind of thing. Going to be even more interesting, I think, post-pandemic. And it really brings a lot of very interesting and different, like an eclectic mix of people together, not just as the people involved, but the characters involved are all really different and interesting, and how they all clash together in one, huge, amazing thing. It's just been really interesting to be involved in, and just so looking forward to going back to it.
Amazing. We've got some comments in from people. Kelly said that was lovely. Jill has said, can't wait to get back together with everyone. Who else have we got here? Gareth and Rachel Perrin here from Soundcastle. You're all awesome. This is so inspiring. Margaret has said, sorry, she's just arrived because she had a delivery. Can she view it as a recording? Good news, Margaret. Yes, you can watch it as a recording, so that'll be up straight away afterwards. I hope the delivery was worth missing this live stream for. Jill's also put some hearts. Duncan Curtis has said, lovely film, lots of joy and singing. Bethan has said amazing. Rosie and hands, Rosie and Poppy, the lovely Kath. Gorgeous film, Janet, and well done to all of the fantastic singers and contributors. Arlo kept saying, we've been there about parts of our beloved town. And I could keep going all night long. But I will. I think that's about time. I think that's almost all that we've got time for. Janet and Jenny, is there anything that you would like to finally add, or give a call to action for people to get involved at all?
I would really say, get on the website and put your name down, and you can find out what it doesn't, it's not legally binding. You can find out.
You heard it here first. It's not legally binding. Get involved with Barefoot Opera. But seriously, 2021 could be the year for you to try something new while you're locked down. It's a good chance to meet new people. Obviously, working remotely to begin with. And yeah, I think it was it Justin in the film who said it could be the thing that you love doing. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight. Janet, what an amazing film. And take care. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.